sisters protested in St Peter's Square, Manchester. I asked people what was going on.
Manchester City Council finds itself having to find another £60 million worth of cuts, which have been handed down by central government. Their response is to consult the population of Manchester on how we can save that money. And in amongst those proposals, there are a number of proposals that when you combine them, when you pull them all together, severely impact disproportionately on women and girls. So if we look at domestic abuse services, rape and sexual assault, look at mental health services, cuts to play fund and children's services, when you put them all together, they're hitting the most vulnerable in our society.
A report commissioned by the Northern Rock Foundation said 31% of funding was cut from the domestic violence and sexual abuse sector between 2010 to 2012. Manchester City Council declined to comment on the protests, although they have released a video on the budget. It says it will give intensive help to families with serious problems and provide decent services for those who need it the most.
Rape crisis centres, Women's Aid, St Mary's in Manchester, they're all facing cuts and they're all facing like kind of semi-privatisation, which is really, really horrendous. And like someone needs to do something about it. I also am working a lot with students at the moment. Because there's been quite a few high-profile student rapes, that a lot of women students are feeling really unsafe and scared on campus and at home. So trying to do a lot around that and linking up with local community groups is a great way to do that.
Stop the Cuts is here today to send the message to the government to provide secure and adequate funding for women's services in Manchester.
Lois Martin, Keys News.